This generation beats.
This is Nosey with Good Intentions, the podcast.
In every nook and cranny.
This is Michael
and Kirk. Got it, your noses today. We don't miss no crannies.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
What's your raptress quote for today?
Well, so in the spirit that this might be a little downtrodden episode, heads up, spoiler alert. So me and Only, Only likes Cardi B.
Okay.
And I like Cardi B. I hope it's not come across that I don't like her. I really wish she would embrace the comedy more and do more comedy stuff.
Well, I think her issue is...
because she's so funny.
She is, but I think her issue now is because she's so famous, she still has the personality, but when she goes on like live and stuff, she used to go on like these funny rants. But now it's more so like addressing fans. So she doesn't get the opportunity to be funny because they're like, it's Offset cheating on you. It's such and such and such. You're like, bruh, just talk to her. Y'all don't need to know all of that shit about her. So I don't think she is now able to have that freedom online. Because that's how she kind of got her notoriety initially.
Yeah.
It's just being funny.
Because she's funny.
Yeah, she got
coronavirus. She's funny.
Yeah,
like that was
that's
funny.
her. That's not her putting on and pretending. Yeah.
Listen, she was in a movie. I can't remember the name of it. Me and Only watched it.
J-Lo, the strippers.
The stripper
movie. It's actually
movie.
a good movie.
Listen, let me tell you. Listen, Cardi, if you ever listen to this, it's because she did a great job.
Oh, yes, I got more.
But she comes into the scene and she's just herself. Mm-hmm. There's no acting. There's no pretending to be another character.
She's her.
I looked at Oli and I said, I guarantee you they gave her something to say and they tried it a few times and they went,
like, do you?
Cardi, we're going to do this one more time. Just walk in as though you're back at the strip club working.
Pretty much.
And just be you. And she came in there, and did her thing.
It was natural.
And it was like,
good job.
Keep that tape.
Yeah. Yeah, she had a line or two in a Fast and Furious movie. And it was...
Oh, I didn't see that.
She's only in the movie for like half a second.
Listen, there's got to be a half a second person.
Yeah.
And sometimes the half a second person is the one that gets clipped and sent around and becomes viral.
That you mean.
Which is what she wants.
Yeah.
And what needs. Whatever. Has.
Yeah.
Whatever you call it. So anyway, I've already mentioned that, her and Megan Thee Stallion are on the bongos.
Yeah.
So me and Only are listening, and I noticed, or I think one of us noticed that they said the same word. Like Cardi says it, and then immediately, immediately, Cardi says the word, and then immediately right after, Megan says the word. And but it was Only that figured out that it sort of correlated more than just they said the same word, and so now I can't unhear it. So it's going to be my raptress quote of the day. So it's a dual raptress quote from two raptresses.
Yes, sir.
So in Bongos, at the end of Cardi's main verse, she says something to the effect of, talking shit like you know me, I ride dick like a pony. Then she says two more lines, I don't really care, whatever. Because the music gets loud and you can't really hear it anyway. And Megan's doing her, hot girl shit. So she sort of talks over the next two lines. Megan's first line out the gate. So she said, so Cardi says, I ride dick like a pony. Megan Thee Stallion says, this ass sits like a stallion, all these wannabes my little ponies.
Oh, that's kind of fine. Okay. And I play off each other. That was hard, yeah.
I went, does Megan know that Cardi's her pony? You can't unhear it. Right. Now that I've told you, go back and listen. You can't unhear it. It's so quick. I ride dick like a pony, and she goes, these wannabes my little ponies.
That's fine, though, how they played off each other, yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, hers was... Hers was a diss. I mean, let's just be honest. Hers was a diss. And I'm here for it.
You're here for it.
I'm here for it. I tell everybody. Anybody that'll look in my direction, I'm like, have you ever heard bongos?
Oh, Lord.
So, what's been on your mind lately?
Well, unfortunately, a good family friend is not here with us.
I know.
I mean, he wouldn't be here, but,
Technically not here.
Yeah. Yeah, man, how you feeling?
Buster is no longer with us.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking.
I felt bad. You texted, I was like, damn.
It was we're going to do a little tribute to Buster here in the beginning.
Absolutely.
So, let me tell you about the death. Then I can tell you about his life, because that's more fun.
Okay.
So, essentially, we got up that morning, and I was working at like 7 a.m. So I let him sleep. He wakes up whenever the hell he wants to. So I took a break. 10 o'clock.
Yeah, you
and
take forever.
He was sort of up and just sort of wandering around, but he wasn't like, I'm ready. So he walked back in there and went to sleep again, and so I was like, yeah, I'll give him another hour.
Right, he ain't no spring chicken.
So, listen. So I go in there finally at 11 o'clock. I'm like, all right, listen. I know you got to go to the bathroom by now. It's 11 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
So I walk in there. I turn the light on. He's knocked out. Snoring.
Getting that good sleep.
Oh, listen, snoring. So I took his picture. I put it on the Snapchat. And so I took his picture, and I'm like, this is old coworker right here.
Yeah.
And by the way, side note really quickly, talk about coworkers. I have a picture of us at work and you asleep. I randomly came across it when I was trying to find pictures of Buster for my post. So anyway, I need to send it to you.
Yes.
Knock the fuck out. So anyway, it's such a funny picture. So anyway,
Lord.
We can't load it anywhere though, secret stripper stuff, So anyway, so I take his picture and I send, I put it on Snapchat like, look at old coworker, some of us have been up since 7 o'clock. And so I did a couple things and because I was on a break, and finally I look up and here he comes looking at me like, all right, I'm ready. So I took him out, went to the bathroom. We went on our nosy adventure, walking around the neighborhood, him checking on things. All of a sudden he ran over and he was like pulling me like he has not pulled me in a long time. Another big poo. Big poo.
Not the big poo.
I mean, it was a big poo. So anyway, I'm thinking, well, all right, I'm glad you got it out instead of us going up there and then you whimpering and me having to run you back down the steps. So anyway, that was like 11:30. We're back we're back home. We're back in the place and
the castle.
The castle. And
is that fan helping?
Is it loud?
Is it helping?
Yes.
Oh, you might hear it in the background. It'll be all right.
We're in the 9th circle of hell today.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Heater's really working. Got a fan in the background. If you can hear it, oh, the fuck well. Guess you'll just have to get over it. So about 2:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30, I smell something. I'm like, huh. So I get up, go over. He vomited.
Dude.
It was all his food. And I thought, well, he didn't really eat. Like, Buster, I had to get him, when he was a puppy, I had to get him one of those Kongs where you put the food inside it and he has to, knock it around so the food will pop out one at a time just to try to teach him to, slow down eating.
Oh, he would
savage, just, breathe it in. The whole thing.
Yeah.
And so he would cough and choke, and, when he was a puppy.
Sorry.
The illusion of the fourth wall, thank you. Third wall? Is that the fourth?
Fourth wall. Break the fourth wall.
I think the camera's the fourth wall.
Oh, yeah, the camera's fourth wall.
So.
Well, we talk to them all the time, so.
Camera Uno. We're back still with Camera Uno.
If y'all want us to go back
we got 3 positive feedback, so we're in now. If you don't like it, we need to hear from you. nosywithgoodintentions@gmail.com. Also, subscribe.
Absolutely.
Here at the YouTube or your podcast interface. And rate us. So anyway, so I thought, he doesn't really eat fast like that anymore. He hasn't thrown up his food from eating it too fast in a long time. Mm. So I thought, well, that's pretty strange. So anyway, so I sort of kept him near me where I was in my work area, a little off to the side. In the adjacent room, sort of near me. Anyway, doesn't matter. He was closer than he was the rest of the time.
Okay.
And so I'm working and I smell it. I don't know if you've ever been around death.
Nah.
And I've never been around a human dying.
Right.
So this is my second dog to pass away when I was there.
Right.
There is a very specific smell that happens. I don't know how to describe it, but as soon as I smelled it, I was like, that's weird. Why is that smell happening?
Oh, because it was a familiar smell.
It's the death smell.
Right.
And I'm thinking, well, maybe it's the downstairs neighbor.
You know, it's a dead body downstairs.
Well, I'm trying to
figure out where
convince myself it's something else.
Oh, okay.
So I take another break, and like clock off the system and all that stuff. So I'm like out of the system. It doesn't matter. You know, if anything happens, somebody else can take care of it. And I said, I noticed that he was bleeding a little bit. I thought, that's weird. I said, well, come on, come on, let's go. He couldn't get up. And I thought, oh boy, the smell and you can't get up. And he sort of gave me that look. I know we personify dogs a lot, so it was probably in my mind. But I've had Buster since he was 2 months old. And I guess there's just something about how he looks at me. There's different looks. There's I got a pee look. There's where's my food?
Right.
And there's something's wrong.
Right.
I don't know if anybody else, I'm sure sees the same thing. But like anybody else probably would look at him and be like, whatever, it's a dog, he's just looking at you. Yeah. I see the look. I think Only does too, or did. And so I called Only and I went, you need to come home. Like, I don't know what's going on, but if they can let you come home, you need to come home. It's, this is it. So, of course, Buster's always in a doorway. Always.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's in the doorway. And I'm just sitting there, I'm torn up, and I'm just sort of petting him, even though I know he hates it. And
he does not hate to be petted.
Oh God. Only when he wants to be petted.
Oh, okay.
Listen, wait till I get to that part of the story. So anyway, so I hear Only open the door, and I said, all right, he's here. And as soon as he saw him, he like sort of gave like a tail wag. He only had enough for like a couple of wags, like, maybe 2 or 3. And you could tell, immediately he was, happy to see, I think he was waiting. And so we got to spend a lot of time with him. And then, in true Buster fashion, he said, all right, I'm done with y'all. He used every ounce of strength he had left, which was not much. Creaked up and walked across the room from us and faced the wall like, all right, y'all go on, I'm done. And that's Buster. That's always been Buster. And I used to tell Only, because Only would want to pet him, and I'm like, listen, you're going to learn real quick, Buster ain't that dog.
Buster, he likes to be petted, though.
He loves to be petted.
When he wants to.
For as long as he wants to be petted. And when that time's over, that time's over.
Yeah, because he would come around the table, I pet him, and then he'd be like, all right, peace, and walk off.
Oh, yeah. It's not long.
Yeah.
So there was sometimes when I would take him out, and I think it happened a few times when Only took him out, but I would take him out, and actually a couple of days before, this random person, I'd never seen him before, but anyway, they were walking around, and they were like, oh, is he friendly? And I was like, yeah, he's just old. And he goes, well, do you mind if I pet him? And I was like, yeah, you can try, sure.
You can try.
Buster wagged his tail right over there. The guy started petting him. He goes, oh, you're a friendly fella. Boom, done. He was done. Walked away. Didn't even look back. Never even looked back to see if the guy was still there. Didn't care. He's always been that way.
All right.
And I had told Only, I said, I just want to give you a heads up. Like, if we move back to the OG, and Buster's still with us, which we thought he would be, he will be that dog to try to go in the woods. To try to go in the woods and die alone. Like, he will be that dog. And let me tell you, he was that dog. He couldn't go in the woods because there weren't any around, and he didn't have enough strength to go down 3 flights of stairs. Right. But he went to his own woods, and he passed in his own way. And we let him. I said, listen, I let Punchkin pass how she wanted to pass. I'm going to let him how he passed.
What's that look like? Did he just collapse?
They just stop. It's sort of like a heavy sigh.
Oh.
it's a little haunting. But it's one of those things where they know and then you know. But I kept thinking, like, how strange. Like, this whole day started so normally. We did up until 3:00. I mean, I guess the vomiting probably wasn't all that normal, but it's not like he's never vomited before.
Right.
3:30, it's like the entire day changed. But then, like, you start thinking, like, well, I remember when he stopped eating a couple weeks ago, and then we left and went to Virginia and a couple of other states, and I think he held on. So he had stopped eating, so then he started eating again, and then when we got back, we had changed the food because we thought that his tooth was hurting him. We were giving him harder food, and so he changed to the soft food. I think he liked it. So he was like, I'll hold on a little longer.
It tastes kind of good. I want to kick it a little bit longer.
Yeah. And then that was, when his body was like, I'm done.
How long you having? 15 years?
12.
Dang.
He was 12. Had just turned 12.
12 years of dog.
All right, now listen.
Yes, sir.
Before I get in, so his life. I got Buster when he was 2.
2 months.
2 months old. He was a big puffball because he was Chow German Shepherd. So he had the Chow sort of lion's mane. It wasn't as big as a Chow's, but it was fluffier than the rest of it.
So he was more fluffy as he was younger.
Well, because he was small.
Okay.
So the hair was all in one spot, and he was a big puffball. I hated him. Hated him.
Why?
He barked all the time. I couldn't sleep. I was working 2
Then why'd
full-time
you get
jobs.
him? Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Let me tell you the story. Okay, listen. Just in case you're wondering. If if not, fast forward a little while.
No, listen to the whole episode.
So me and my ex had Punchkin. We got Punchkin when she was 3-4 years old.
Oh, a couple years old, not months.
She was years old. Okay. So I didn't have a puppy. She was not a puppy.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, sort of, we'll get there. So when I was a kid, we had Brandy and Charlie, and they were our Great Danes.
Okay.
But they didn't come in the house. They only lived outside. They had a little dog house, and I loved them. I'd go lay on the porch, and they'd lay, and I'd lay my head on one of their stomachs, and then the other one would lay down on the other side, and I'd put my feet on.
Oh, you got a picture?
I have a picture, but it's just the two of them sort of standing there. It's it's an old picture.
It's not HD.
Cameras weren't as good then as they are now. But I mean, they were just big, full black, just big horse Great Danes, and they were so sweet. But anyway, I didn't really remember them like being puppies. We got them as puppies.
But you were a kid.
But I was a kid, and my dad did most, pretty much all the work.
Right.
And they were always outside, so, whatever. And so Punchkin was my first, like, she's inside, she don't want to be outside, she has no desire to be outside.
Only to pee.
Just to go to the bathroom, maybe sniff a little bit, look around a little bit, and then she's like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
So my ex felt like she liked me more than them.
It's a dog. It's not that deep.
Well, so they wanted to get another dog. And I was like,
insert eye roll.
Listen, I'm working 2 full-time jobs at this time.
How does Pumpkin even like you more if you're not there?
Correct. Listen, dogs have a sixth sense.
This is true.
So anyway, I'm like, whatever. Macaroni and Cheese actually lived with us at the time.
Okay.
So I thought, well, at least he's there. I'm gone all the time, but at least he'll be there.
Somebody can take him out.
Somebody can do the potty training, hopefully whatever. Because I knew, like, if we get because we went to the pound looking for an older dog that would sort of match Punchkin's age.
Oh, okay.
So that they would sort of grow together. Yeah. Well, anyway, we did find this one dog.
Ain't even got no name. Found this one bitch.
Well, I don't remember. I don't remember the name. It was 12 years ago.
This is true.
And I don't remember the name, but listen, terrified of everything. Now, Punchkin was already terrified of everything. We finally got her unafraid of some things.
Okay.
But so I thought, I don't know if I can do that again. But she was gentle. She was real sweet. She was just like this. Crammed. She is in the back of that cage like, what are y'all doing?
So that's what made you pick her?
No, we didn't pick her.
Oh, that was, okay.
So then we got Buster. So then we're walking around, the cages, and it's a shelter or whatever, and Buster caught our eye because he looked just like Punchkin, just in a puffy ball puppy form. We thought, well, he sort of looks like her, and they were like, yeah, that's his sister. Beside him was a silver dog, beautiful silver dog, and I went, I can't do two. I was like, do you think they'll be okay without each other? And they go, oh yeah, he's only a month old. Because, you have to wait. Like when they're a puppy at the pound, like there's a process you have to go through. So he was a month when we met him. By the time we got him, 2 months.
Dang, okay.
Sort of, it was like 2 or 3 weeks later. Anyway. And they're like, yeah, we found him on the street, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, he looks so much like our dog that we already have. What's the process? And they said, well, there's a extra little cage area over here that's bigger. We'll bring him to you, and there you can sort of see like, your dynamic and see how you get along, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So we go in the cage, and my ex sits down, and I'm sort of standing near the door because I don't want to be there. Right. You know what I mean?
You didn't want a second dog.
Mad because I don't want to be there. I don't want a second dog. We already got one. I don't want another dog.
Yeah.
So they open the cage door. They sit Buster down, which was his pound name as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
We didn't change the name. And they shut the gate, and he's sort of standing there. And I'm looking at him from here, up,
Like, I didn't want you.
And so my ex is like, patting his leg, come here. And Buster walks over, bites his toe, and then walks over to me. And I went, all right, let's go. We'll take him.
Fuck it, he likes me too. It's cool. So both my dogs like me better.
So anyway, I hated him because I didn't want another dog.
Right.
Not him specifically.
Right, you just didn't want more kids, basically.
Then on top of that, he's barking. Now we're in an apartment.
Oh, right.
Barking in his crate. And see, when you potty train, the crate training, potty training thing, which he did well. He picked it up real quick. But listen, Buster was always smarter than he should have been. He picked it up quick, but like those first couple of weeks, or the first 2 weeks, you have to if they're not peeing, they're in the crate. Or you take them out of the crate, they eat, play for a second, outside.
Right. Because you got to get them
you got to train them to think, we're going to do this, this, and this over and over and over again. Potty out here, eat in here, sleep in here.
You're right. That's another reason why I don't have a dog.
I don't recommend it.
Plus, I'm going to be the one that has to take care of it.
Correct.
So I don't want that responsibility. I already have kids.
Correct.
Yes.
So, anyway, hated him. He barked all night. We had this, so we got a trainer. Paid a lot of money.
That's
with my 2 full-time jobs.
Yes.
And got a trainer, and I was just emailing her like, do you have any clients that want him? Like, could you take him tomorrow? Like, I just cannot. I mean, I'm like,
You're not there, yeah.
When I say I worked 2 full-time jobs, I worked them simultaneously.
Yeah.
So I worked from the wee hours of the morning to mid-afternoon at one full-time job.
Yeah, they worked another.
Mid-afternoon to late night at the other full-time job.
And went to sleep.
6 days a week.
Yeah.
Or 5 days a week for one, 6 days a week for the other.
No, thank you.
And I did this for like a year. Almost 2.
No, thank you.
And so my precious moments of sleep,
barking.
all I hear is barking.
Yeah.
Now, you know why I'm the only one that heard the barking.
Yes. And you got the sleep thing.
And I'd be like, ah! Get that fucking dog. And also, because when I got Punchkin, I was in college.
Oh, okay.
So I had all this time, and I was going through my whole sleep. I was finding out that I had a sleep disorder. Right. My relationship ended for a little while, and then we got back together. So I mean, we had Punchkin and I had bonded over some things.
Right.
You know, we had been through some stuff. And so by the time that here's Buster,
Right.
I'm good. Me and Punchkin have got our bond going on, and you're a barker, and I hate you. I'm mad that you're here. I'm mad that we even went over there, anyway. So I think Buster knew, but he's like, "You gonna like me, bitch." So he'd
Whether you like it or not.
Listen, he'd stay on the outskirts, and he'd look up at me. You know, he's a beautiful dog. So he'd look up at me, and I'd be like, "Come here." I'd pet him. He knew. I think he knew. I was never mean to him. I hope that's.
I know you wasn't
I
hitting
hope that's
him
not.
and shit.
I wasn't
no.
like. Well, I was like. I would yell like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Right. You want
Because
peace
it's
and quiet.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Which didn't help.
Which, I mean, he's a puppy, whatever. So when Punchkin passed away, here's me and Buster, and I said,
It's me and you, buddy.
"Well, it's just me and you."
You got a friend in me.
So over the last 5 years, we've of course bonded.
Yeah.
We already had a bond.
Yes.
But it sort of solidified.
You didn't want to admit it. That's
I didn't
all.
want to admit it.
Okay, like you
So,
did.
I mean, broke my heart. Here's what's crazy about his death. It's literally 5 years to the exact day since Punchkin died.
They died on the same day?
Died on the same day. If you're listening, January 4th.
Damn.
Died on the same day.
At least you ain't got 2 separate days to mourn. I'm just saying. I didn't mean that to come out like that.
But
yeah.
I remember saying, it can't be today. It cannot be today. You cannot die today. And I think he knew.
You think so?
I think that's why he was trying to die earlier.
Hold on, January 5th. I'm
But
coming.
then we left. And then I think he was like, all right, today's the day. I feel it. Oh, it was heart-wrenching. I mean, it was just, you know, you never really know
Until you know.
until it's time. And me and Only have been talking about moving back to the OG for a couple of months now, and he just was part of the plan. Like it
Right.
never dawned on me that he wouldn't
He's
be
old.
part of the plan.
Yeah. So now what?
So I told Only, like, we're talking about, like, it's now like 10 o'clock at night, 10:30. And I said, well, you know, we had already talked about cremation. You know, Punchkin's ashes are in the OG.
Mm.
And so waiting on, you know, us to have like a settled place. And then, you know, then
You gonna unite them in one?
they're united now. We took Buster to the OG and
They're in the same urn?
no, they're in their separate boxes, but they're in the same bag together.
In a bag?
So I'll get there.
Okay.
So it's a really pretty bag.
Oh, I was like, what is it, like a Crown Royal bag?
No. No.
I'm sorry, I just had to ask.
No, you're
It's
good.
velvet?
No. So Only was like, I cannot sleep knowing he's just laying there. I just can't do it.
Y'all was
And
gonna
I don't
leave him
blame
there?
him. I don't blame. What else you gonna do? I mean, you know, 10:30 at night.
Oh, he died at 10:30 at night, give or take.
Well, fortunately, yes. So fortunately, when he had stopped eating, I didn't know this, but Only had started doing a little research. Like Kirk said, when Punchkin stopped eating, it was like 3 days later. It was
He had
the
been
end.
doing
So he
deaths.
had already been doing some research.
Oh, Lord.
And so he was like, I found this place. They do 24-hour cremations for pets.
Mm.
And I went, well, call him.
Who the fuck was sitting around, I'm
So
gonna
listen,
build me a 25?
It was a little different.
That's a little
It was a
creepy.
little different. So they would come and they would either, you could bring your pet there or they would come and pick up your pet 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. However, the cremations were during the day, business day.
Oh, but they'll come take the
But
dog
they'll
off your
like,
hand.
you can drop your dog off or pet off,
and pick him up.
or they'll come and pick him up.
Mm.
And so
That's a morbid
we called
Mm.
and they go, give us 30 minutes. We'll have somebody there.
Damn.
Fortunate it wasn't too far away. So we went and got Buster's blanket and that he had been sleeping on. And so we put him on the blanket and used the blanket to carry him downstairs. And He was heavy as lead.
I was say, was he heavy?
Holy cow, he was heavy as lead.
Well, when you're limp, it's a lot different.
Yeah, like no support. No support that way.
Oh.
And so we got him. He went for his last ride, and, he had the Buster car.
Mm-hmm.
Buster Mobile. And so it was last ride in the Buster Mobile. And we went and dropped him off. And when we were sitting there, the guy that met us, he goes, so he's sort of looking at Buster, and he's like, so what, German Shepherd? And I went, yeah, he's a German Shepherd Chow mix. He goes, oh, okay. He goes, wow, how old did you say he was? I was like, he turned 12 in October. And he went, interesting. And so me and Ollie are kind of sitting there like, or is he, like, in my mind, I'm going, you don't have to distract us. Like, we'll just grieve.
Right, we know that he's passed.
Thanks, boo. We'll just
Yeah.
grieve. And he goes, most chows barely make it to 10.
Really?
And I went, oh. So I'm sort of looking at Ollie like,
I
I
didn't know.
I had no idea. Had no idea. If you're fact checking out there, don't tell me. Because there's a little comfort in this.
Right, he made it a little longer.
Well, so, me and Ollie have been together just shy of 3 years. So that extra time was me, Ollie, and Buster's time, And so so that sort of made it a little more special in my mind. But it also sort of explained why, like, he went from, when you first met Buster and you came to the OG and we started recording, like, Buster's jumping, he's so excited, we had to, like, let him calm down and then we could start recording. Like, it was,
He was turned.
He was,
Buster was
he was
turned.
the party,
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, one day he was just like, I'm old.
I'm chilling. Yeah.
Then he went from chasing the Amish every time to, like, chasing them half the time.
Yeah.
Then he went from chasing them half the time to, like, maybe once every couple of months he'd chase
Feeling
them.
Sprite.
Then he was barking. Then he wasn't barking. He was just watching them.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, go on. I'll see y'all when y'all come back through.
I ain't pressed.
And so, then we moved. He had 3 flights of stairs up Dale, which I'm sure he was like, y'all motherfuckers.
Pretty much. Because even just to pee, you got to go 3 flights of stairs instead of out the garage.
Yeah. But, so, like, it did sort of explain, like, how, like,
The transition?
it just went so quickly. Like, only got to see him spry for maybe 5-6 months. And then he sort of watched as me and him just sort of watched as Buster became an old curmudgeon man. But anyway, so I'm if he was in pain, it was quick. And I'm glad he's, I told Ollie, I'm bawling my eyes out. I'm just devastated. And he is too. And
You got an ugly cry face?
oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure. I have ugly face. So, I mean, ugly cry face has got to be guaranteed. So, I sort of look over and I'm like, because me, I got to laugh at something. I said, I bet you, because so let me rewind real quick to set this up. So, when we got Buster and brought him home, Punchkin was like, I don't know her. I ain't feeling her.
How long it take?
It took a while. Punchkin also hated Buster for a long time. And when he was a puppy, Punchkin was still spry. And she could jump up on the couch. That's how he couldn't get up there. So that's how she got away from him. So that was her peace and quiet from him. She'd be on the couch like this. And he'd be looking at her, trying to hop up there. He couldn't get up there.
You never helped him up? Nope.
Surely didn't. Surely didn't.
Oh, that's fucked up.
No, because listen, Punchkin was like this. And I knew, so I'd pet him while he was down on the floor.
All by himself.
Yeah, bless him. I mean, don't get me
Of course
wrong.
he got big enough, yeah.
He got big enough to where he got on the couch, and I didn't make him get off.
Sure you did.
I was like, well, Punchkin, oh well. You had a few peaceful months there. And she, and so years later, she had to get a cone because they had to fix. She had like a growth that needed to be removed, and so when they do that, they put the cone so the dog can't lick it and keep it infected.
I've always wondered what those are for. So that's what it's for. Okay.
She had the cone. She hated it. As soon as they put on the cone, she just
Took all the joy away.
listen. Buster came over and was sniffing it, and she raised up to look at him, and it hit his nose, and he ran off. Listen, she got up immediately, perked up. She started fucking with him, hitting him with them. She started chasing him with the cone. Listen, when we took that cone off like a week later, she was devastated because here comes Buster.
And she came knock him
She had a
away
week
with
of
the
peace. She had 1 week of peace. So
That
funny.
is fucked up.
So funny. So anyway, fast forward. That's such a vivid memory for me. So fast forward, it's me and Only, we're sitting there bawling our eyes out. And I said, I bet you Punchkin looked up and went, the fuck are you doing here? I have a few more years before you get here.
Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible.
So, listen, rest in peace.
Yes, sir.
Buster and Punchkin both. Bless their hearts.
They're
They were
kicking
both
it.
good dogs.
Yeah.
I can't complain.
You'll get another one? Fuck no.
No. No, but I will
No.
say this. If you're watching and you're out there, I talked to a friend of mine. I don't remember which friend it was because, I've had a lot of conversations, because everybody has either had a dog when they were a child or currently has a dog, or everybody's had a dog that's died.
Right. I never had one that died.
So when... Just ran away?
No, somebody stole our dog.
It died.
Well, yeah, I know. At
Not
some
with
point,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
We had a Dalmatian. Somebody stole it. It's a pretty dog. Yeah.
If you're out there, Sandy,
I don't know what his name was.
rest in peace. Oh, was it he?
I think so.
Oh, I thought you
don't
said
know.
she.
This is like 4th grade.
If you're out there,
Spot.
Junior, good luck. Hope you're still kicking. Spot. But anyway, somebody was like, yeah, I had to put my dog down.
So how do people make that decision? No, I mean, like, what determines needing to be put down?
I'm sure it's like the dog is just miserable. I'm sure that's what it is. I didn't have to do that for any of the 4 dogs. I am so grateful and so thankful that I never had to make that choice. My ex's brother, he had to make that choice. He had this beautiful golden retriever, the sweetest dog named Pretzel. If you're out there and you have a golden retriever, Pretzel is the perfect name for a golden retriever because they have that pretzel golden. Not all of them. He specifically had that sort of golden with a hint of baked pretzel. He had a lot. Buster had a lot of fatty tumors, but to my knowledge, all the ones that were checked were not cancerous. That doesn't mean they weren't hiding a cancerous tumor. Those that were visible and you could find them, those were not cancerous.
Okay.
But there are some dogs that get cancerous and their body doesn't, their body's just hanging on and they're miserable. And so people have to say, like, am I going to let my dog be this miserable? Then comes the vets are always just trying to make money. If you're out there and you're a vet, sorry, no offense. All the offense. There was a time where when I was a kid, and I even remember when I first got Punchkin, there was a time where you didn't go to the vet very often, but when you did, the vet was this person that was like, I love animals.
Right.
I'm here because I give a shit about animals and I love animals. Now, money, 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 money. They want money. You know what I mean? Like it is, hey, we have 3 surgeries. We have the basic level, which is $5,000. We have the deluxe level, which is $10,000.
And we have the diamond platinum
and then
encrusted.
we have the diamond platinum. Your dog is guaranteed to live $10,000.
Right.
And it's like, you bring it in, you're like, yeah, my dog's been sneezing. We have 9 different pills that he can take.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah. This is for $30,000 a year. This is for $40,000. It's just money, 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 money,
Do
money.
dogs live longer these days? I don't know.
No.
And now you can get like pet insurance, right? Like pet health insurance.
Okay, so that's a specific place, I think. I don't know if there's multiple places that do that, but Coleslaw has pet insurance.
Is that
it's at a specific place. But honestly, he still pays money. It's just he pays less over time so that when there's a big thing, it's not as much.
So instead of $10,000, it might be $5,000?
By the time it gets there, yeah. Might be 7.
Fuck that.
Because you've already paid the 3G.
Yeah. See,
It is a money racket. And all the pills, they just kill your dog. Or
Really?
cat. They just, the side effect is it's going to kill their organs.
Oh.
Because they're not meant to have these medicines.
No.
Because they're animals.
Yeah, they're just
Out in the wild
domesticated.
that we've domesticated.
Yes.
Which is fine. Don't get me wrong.
They're like less aggressive wolves.
Correct. They're wolves.
Essentially,
They're the wolf family.
Yeah. They're canines. I mean, they are.
And did you know that I did not learn for a lot of years that it's not K9 like the police car? It's CANINE.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Really?
Didn't know that. Thought it was spelled K9.
Who
K9.
brought you
I
to
saw
the
it. I saw it written.
I'm disappointed in
Let's
you,
just say
sir.
with Q. QUEUE.
Yeah. It's spelled so weird.
Did not know that was Q, like you're in a line.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Read it. I was like, the fuck is this word? I had to look it up.
Sir.
This was like 10 years ago now. But
you have a great vocabulary.
at the time, I was like, what the fuck's that word? I kept going, Q-U.
I was just about to say Q-U.
Q-U. Listen, I'm reading the book like this. Q-U. I was like, I gotta look this word up. Q. I was like, fuck. So.
Not C-U-E. Like a cue ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord.
I think that's what I thought it was. Q. C-U-E. Q.
Well, there's 2
You're
spots.
in Q.
Not a big ass white ball.
Yeah. Wasn't until years later. Anyway, so
I got a question for you.
go for it.
So, okay, why is it humane to put a dog down, but it's illegal to put a human down?
Listen, preach.
Oh, so I'm not crazy.
If you're out there, Dr. Kevorkian, I don't know if he's still alive.
I don't know if he's alive either.
If you're alive and you're out there, I want you to let me know your number is. Because when I'm ready, if you're still alive, put me the fuck down. Let me choose.
I'm just asking.
I don't want to commit suicide.
But you can do the suicide for me?
But I want to tell you I'm ready.
Wait, what's the new word for suicide? We can't say suicide anymore. What is it?
I thought it was suicide.
What's the
You
new
don't
word?
commit suicide. You're a victim of suicide. That's what you're talking about. You don't. Don't give me that look. Don't put your hat in front of your face. We have to end episodes when your hat goes in front of your face.
You know what? We're going to let that one ride.
This is Buster's episode, damn
we're
it.
not going to go down there. But I do not understand why that is considered humane. But a person who can communicate verbally saying they want... I'm not saying go do it. I'm just saying I've never understood why putting an animal down is humane, but a human wanting to be, quote-unquote, put down is not humane.
Yes. I don't know why.
Is that a weird question?
No.
Okay.
I'm in agreement.
Okay.
I'm like, can we make that legal again?
Right. Was it
assisted suicide? That's the name of the thing, assisted suicide. That's what it was called. That's what they said Dr. Kevorkian was, he did. Why was that a hat moment?
Oh, shit. I just thought of the basketball. It's like I threw you a pass, helped you kill yourself. Just assist. I'm sorry.
How many assists do you have?
I have 0.
I'm saying, wouldn't that be funny? Anyway.
Ooh, triple-double.
Listen. So you know how they always say death comes in threes?
Triple-double.
I had just said.
What?
I just said.
Yes, sir.
All right, I guess we're good. We just had our 3.
So who is the...
We've got 4.
Who's 4?
Listen, okay, so let me
You
rewind
look
really
disappointed
quickly.
by them dying. Like, really, bitch? 4?
I was just, I think it threw me off because I literally had just said, all right, we've got our 3. Comes in threes. We're good. We're good to go. No, turns out one more. So let's since this is the death episode, we'll rewind real quick. So first of all, was your grandmother. Technically doesn't count because I didn't meet her.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so it didn't count in my 3.
Okay.
Because I think you have to meet them and know them a little bit more than that. So then was my pickleball friend's mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew her. Like I had met her multiple times. I knew her. So that was my first one. Mm-hmm. So then, oddly enough, So so listen, if you're out there, maybe you have this same problem. I have a problem where, let me tell you what happened, and then I'll tell you my problem.
Okay.
So, the other, not my partner, but the other lady that you met, pickleball, her dad died.
Okay.
Horrible. She sends out a message to the OG group. I just want to let you guys know my dad passed away this morning.
Okay.
And so we're all going, oh my God, so sorry, bless her heart. An hour and a half later, almost to the second, I get a text. Your uncle passed away this morning.
Damn.
Same morning. Well, now I look at the OG group and I'm like, I can't say my uncle passed away. We're all we're all mourning her dad.
Right.
So I didn't say anything.
Oh, damn.
Didn't say a word. So on the day of my uncle's funeral, I on Snap, I put a picture of me and Only
at the funeral.
Headed to the funeral. Headed to my uncle's funeral. Send. And that's how I told them.
Huh?
That's how I told the OG group that my uncle also had passed away. So then I'm getting messages. Oh my God, what happened? Where did your uncle pass away? And
the day your daddy died.
Listen, you know when they're going to find out the day
they hear this episode?
That he died? When this episode comes out, they hear it. Because I still haven't said. It was the exact same morning as her dad. Exact same morning.
You want to steal her glory?
No. But that's my problem, though, is it's sort of like part of me was thinking, well, we could have sort of commiserate together. The difference is it's your dad and it's my uncle.
Right.
Those are not the same things. No.
Yeah. Obviously, you're hurt, but that's different.
Yeah. I mean, I'm devastated for my uncle's wife, my aunt.
Right.
My actual, my uncle is my uncle-in-law. That's not a real word.
Right.
But I've known him my whole life because, again, my mom's the youngest and she's the second. So, my mom,
old as hell.
My mom is 6 years older than their oldest son.
Oh, right, yeah.
So she's got one nephew. She's 5 years older. That's the first sister. And then the second sister, her husband just died. That's the one. She's 6 years older. So he's always been there. I don't know pre him.
Right.
By the time I was born, he was long in the family.
Right.
He was so I've always known.
Yeah,
he's been there longer than me.
Yeah.
And so I've always just known him.
Right.
And so of course it was devastating, but also he had finally started feeling a little bit better and started coming back to the family stuff, and he looked so pitiful. He couldn't really move. He was in a wheelchair, and
see, that'd be the worst shit. I think if I was wheelchair, but we done kind of joked about this. Don't bring me to all this shit and pretend like I want to be there. Ask me, motherfucker. Don't just
Skillet's here. Yeah. Anybody want to see
I'm
Skillet?
not a goddamn action figure for you to display.
Come high five Skillet in his wheelchair.
If I get to that point where I'm just kind of miserable, let my ass be miserable. Don't be having me as a showcase and showing me the people and shit, motherfucker.
I don't know. Take me places.
You want to be?
I will fuck with
you
people.
want to be inconvenience. That's what the fuck you want to be. I'm gonna be at the house chilling.
Did anybody put my parking brake on?
Yes.
Y'all gonna let me roll down this hill? Somebody didn't want to put the parking brake on. Who's trying to kill me? That'd be me.
Yes, I'm gonna be like, bro, I'm
be
cool.
that person.
Bring me a plate back. I'm at the house like Thanksgiving. Bring me a plate back. I'm at the house watching football. Yeah, I'm good. Don't have me doing all that bullshit. You see what I'm saying? So I'm good.
See, Only met my uncle, and he was already deteriorating.
Oh, he was already an old fart.
So,
I mean, we're all gonna be an old fart.
He's in his 80s.
Yeah, old fart.
So,
my grandma made the 77 shit.
I showed
75.
him my dad posted on Facebook this memory from 10 years ago. So it wasn't even that long ago. And he looks like I was like, this is my uncle. This is the person that in my mind, when I think of my uncle, this is what I envision. Oh, yeah. And he goes, I never thought they were the same person.
They look that different?
It was such a drastic difference. Mm-hmm. I told you, my family, they be eating.
Yeah. Oh, he was a fat dude.
He wasn't fat.
He was good relationship.
He was fat. He was fat in this, his doctor was like, you're overweight. You're fat. In the doctor view. Right. But in our society, he wouldn't be somebody you'd be like, that's a huge bitch. You know what I mean? Yeah. He'd be somebody you would just be like, oh, that's regular
dad bod.
Guy that looks just like everybody else.
Oh, the gut. Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah. He wasn't
bald. He had the monk.
I hate
You know,
I hate that. I pray I'm gonna have that, but by the time I have it, it won't matter.
you
Like,
say that.
No, because like on my mom's side, they thin in the front as
Yeah.
I'm thinning.
Uh-huh.
But on my daddy's side, they have the whole sunroof. But they don't get the sunroof till like 70, like late 60s, early 70s. Like my daddy's 61, he ain't even got the sunroof yet. So if I get the sunroof, then I ain't gonna be. I won't nobody want my crumpled up ass anyway. And then if I got the mom's side,
You never know.
if I got the mom's side, I'll just do some S&P and call it a day. But no. So what if I get both though? That'd be fucked up.
Just do the whole thing.
No, if I have the thin corners and the sunroof, God
Do the whole
dang,
thing.
that'll
Just shave
suck.
it. Shave it and
My scalp's too white.
smooth it.
Smoke.
Smoke it.
Is that your S&P?
Oh,
Smoke.
smoke it.
I wish I could spell that.
Better get that smoke.
Oh shit! There we go. Some laughter.
So anyway, same day. So anyway, that was the funeral that I talked about before. That was fucking freezing, and we were standing outside.
Yes.
I had my cardigan on,
Looking sophisticated.
looking old as fuck. But it was warm.
Yes.
It was warm, and I didn't have the hood though. That was the one thing I was like, oh, that's why I didn't wear the hood today. That's why I wore the hood today, and I didn't wear the other one. But no. So then, so that was two. So now I've got pickleball friends, mom. I never met the dad,
Okay.
so I don't count him. Half.
Right. Not in a bad way.
Right, not in a bad way, just I never
you
met
didn't
him.
meet yeah.
And then there's my uncle. So now I've got two that I know,
And two possibles.
and then Buster.
Ain't that a bitch?
And then now, so another pickleball friend,
They done died too?
the husband.
That's 6 technically. So that's 2 sets of 3.
Yeah. Ain't
Ain't
that's
that a
true.
bitch? Yeah.
Yeah,
So maybe you don't have to meet them, but that's 2 sets of 3.
that's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Why
That's
am I
probably
grinning?
right.
That's funny. Not funny that these people died,
Yeah.
but yeah, 2 sets of 3.
Yeah. Anyway, it was awful.
What do you mean?
So, listen, if you're listening to this episode, sorry.
Don't be saying sorry to me. They over there.
Sorry, camera both. Earpiece
Oh, yeah,
one.
Yes.
If you're listening. No. So, you know how people like post cryptic stuff on Facebook? So, on these like, who are these two people talking about? And I'm like, so I'm looking, I'm like, oh, I have no idea.
I posted some shit the other day. I was mad as a motherfucker.
So I get a text message. And it says something to the effect, I won't call them out on here, but it was like, do you see this post? And they're saying sorry to her and it's not her. And I went, so one of the cryptic posts was the woman with no money making it rain.
Oh, Lord.
In true her fashion.
You're right.
And the comments are all like, we're so sorry for your loss. We're so sorry for your loss. It has nothing to do with her.
Oh, she ain't lose nobody.
She didn't lose nobody.
Damn.
She didn't lose nobody. Her friend, this other woman lost her husband. I didn't know it at the time, so I'm thinking, I don't know who they're talking about. And then my pickleball person, hers was a little more clear, but it was still like, it was very clear, like, prayers for a friend.
Oh,
Who you are.
Yeah. But they didn't say them because they didn't want to put their business all over.
Big hugs to you.
Right.
Like, it was very clear that it was about another person. Making it rain. Hers was not clear that it was another person. Hers was very clear it was something her.
Even
It
though
was
she
not
didn't
clear
lose
that it was
anybody.
somebody else's. Even though it wasn't her. So anyway, so the person who texted me, so I text her back and I'm like, what are they talking about? And she was like, oh, this lady's husband died like yesterday.
Dang.
And they think it's a heart attack. This is what I'm gathering. And it was so sudden. And I just sat there like, this has been a lot of death.
Yeah.
In very close proximity. I'm like, I need y'all to hold. Listen, if you're watching, I need y'all to hold tight.
Give me 6 months, then die.
Hold tight. Let's all hold tight.
Yeah. No, thank you. It's a lot going on.
Anyway, my heart breaks. You know, what do you do? I mean, you know, it's...
Not die?
Listen, there's only 2 guarantees in life here in America. Pay taxes and die.
Yes. Whole mess.
I do like the black version because...
Stay black and die.
Stay black and die, they take out taxes?
Yeah, we take out, yeah. We might deduct them all. We don't know.
I love that it takes out the taxes. That's so funny to me.
Stay black and die, baby.
Stay black and die.
Hey.
All I got to do is stay black and die.
Hey, I'm just saying. We'll deduct them taxes.
We don't talk about it. We just let it happen.
Yes,
we just let it happen.
They take out my check and we get them in February.
But listen, so all the way down, you know, on my travels, my 14-hour trip down.
Yes. No, left.
I thought, listen, the thought popped over my head, and I went. All I could think of was years. So in the beginning, one of our first couple of episodes, you were like, I got all these thoughts about death. And so I said, let's do a death podcast.
Did we even put that
Listen,
out?
I think we put out the second version of it because I made fun of you at the very beginning, and then we moved on to another topic, and you were like, all right, I'll keep that one.
Oh, okay.
We attempted a whole death episode.
Yeah. Because I do have ideas
it was
and shit.
dry as dry could be.
No, because
it's literally me at the OG table sitting here like this.
Ready.
With the microphone like this, and I was like, tell me your thoughts about death. And we sat in silence.
Yeah.
You were like, well, I've got many thoughts. And I went, why don't we pick one and start with it? That was the episode. We tried for like 20 grueling minutes.
And deleted that shit.
Michael deleted it because it was his.
It was terrible. Because it wasn't nothing to listen to.
Yeah, it was so funny. I laughed so hard about that. Like, sometimes I laugh about it. Because, you know, it's one of those things where death is such a weird topic because it happens.
Yeah.
And we all experience it in some way through other people. You know, we don't get to report back when we experience it ourselves, but we all experience it through other people. But then it's like when we tried to do an episode. So this is our death episode. You're welcome.
All right, that works.
Tribute to Buster.
And death. Lordy. All right, well, let's get the fuck out of here.
I gotta say this up.
Yes, sir.
If you're watching, hi, camera both. Here on YouTube, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Absolutely. So
that you are aware that every Tuesday by noon.
It came out on time this last couple weeks.
It did.
Yeah.
By noon, depending on Michael's availability.
Yes, stripping.
It will be. Listen, some of those long nights.
Yeah.
I've been doing the graveyard accounting.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I've noticed.
It catches up quick.
Yeah, and I've noticed the Wi-Fi work, like on site, on location stripping, is significantly better than the Wi-Fi here.
Okay.
So yeah, if I upload it here, there's times when I start uploading the episode at like 9:30 at night. That bitch ain't done until 9:30 a.m. I'm like, Lord. So yes,
that's a lot.
Yes. Whereas I go to on site, the Wi-Fi uploads in 2 hours.
Nice.
Yeah, but I just haven't been. I've been, remote stripping, so so I haven't had access to that good Wi-Fi as I used to.
The old Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you're watching, hi.
Oh, sorry.
Here on YouTube, Nosey with good intentions. Also, if you're listening, hi, how are you? Earbud one. Make sure you subscribe on your podcast interface.
Yes, sir.
And give us the most amount of stars or a thumbs up or whatever your app
most
does.
Likes,
like us. Tell people about it. Now that everybody's listening, that I wasn't sure I wanted listening. Hi out there.
Yes.
Glad y'all are
spread the
listening.
word.
I kind of like the fact that they're listening because now I'm getting random messages. Like, you were fucked up for that. Or, that shit was funny. So it's sort of like,
thanks, boo.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Oh, Lordy.
Listen, one of them did say, they were like, you don't say a lot of that stuff out here while we're playing bingo ball. And I was like,
this is a safe space.
Nope. Sure don't.
I be thinking it, though.
Sometimes I think about it.
Safe space right here. Just me, you, and camera 2.
Yeah. I said, but sometimes I like to fuck with Michael. and see if I can get him. So anyway, we also have Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
It's Michael's number if you haven't saved it in your phone. If not, it'll be Nosey with Good Intentions. Is the whole thing?
I think it's Nosey Podcast.
Nosey Podcast.
Hey.
Follow us on Snapchat. X. No, wasn't that a wrestler, Triple X?
Oh, yeah, that was D-Generation X. Suck it. They used to be like, suck it.
Oh, yeah.
And then Des Bryant,
I
wide
remember
receiver
that
for the
middle school.
Cowboys, he used to throw up the X because he was the X receiver, which is the furthest out from the quarterback. Wide out.
Oh, God. Football's so complicated.
No, he just did it
For
trying to
no
be cool.
reason.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's so much.
Yeah.
It's so much.
Mhm.
Anyway, so you like I was like, don't talk about it.
No. We won't talk about him here.
No, ma'am. What did she say? No. On the
Family Guy. The
Margarita or whatever her name is.
is that her name?
Margarita.
The housekeeping lady. No. He not here.
I think it's Margarita or
Is it? That is fucked up, but very accurate. Cause remember, she was trying to like.
It's
walk.
been a while since I've watched
Yeah,
the
I
show.
haven't seen it in a minute either. No. He not here.
I don't. No. I know.
I need to. No. They were like, bro, get your ass out the way.
We also have an email. We'd
Yeah.
love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Hadn't had an email in a while.
Yeah.
noseywithgoodintentions@gmail.com.
Yes.
We've been getting some comments on the videos. Thank you for your comments on YouTube.
Mhm.
We see you. Pimping.
Lordy.
What have I missed?
TikTok.
TikTok. We haven't done one.
Hell no, we ain't did one.
You can watch we did one. Did you ever release it?
I think so.
Okay. We did one.
I think I did for real. I'll check when we get there.
Okay. Anyway, check us out.
Peace, love, and grease.
Nose with good intentions?
Yeah.
That was the whole word.
Yeah.
Nose with good intentions.
No. Yes. Is that all?
I feel like there's one more and I'm just not thinking of it.
Did you say Instagram?
How can I forget Instagram? I made it.
Yes, you did.
Nosey with good intentions.
My scalp itch.
We're on there.
Yeah, we post.
By the way, I don't know when this episode will come out, but timeline-wise,
Oh,
if we haven't had our live episode yet by the time this comes out, and you would like to be at the live episode, let us know. Because we need to get a head count.
yeah.
I will say I've gotten 5
No.
pretty adamant, like, we'll be there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a good thing, but we'll find out.
That'd be fine.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool to have. I mean, we could drive each 7 hours each way and meet in the middle.
I think so. We can make it work.
I'm here for it. Anyway, thank you for listening to our nosy nonsense.
See you next time.